and create file new. Okay, file new. And then on here, I am going to select this print option. And on here, I am going to name this as Word Art underscore. I am going to put my name, my first name on there, but you are going to put your first name on here. I'll make the units as inches here, and then I am going to make the orientation as horizontal. This one instead of vertical. So choose this horizontal and inches, because that's the most familiar unit that we can use in here. So 11 inches by 8.5. Artboards, just one, that's fine. And I am going to go ahead and click onto this create button in order to create. So for example, if I say that my keyword is a success, then on the Google, because the Google gives you the best result, I think personally, so you can go to Google and then type in success related words. And then on here, okay, if you click enter, then it's going to show the synonyms for success. So these are some words that you can, just copy and paste. I don't want you to struggle with, typing, spelling, getting worried for the spelling errors and so on. So I want you to just copy and paste the synonyms. Okay, so you can pick your own keyword. It could be success, it could be nature, it could be family, it could be earth, it could be technology. And there are some other keywords that that might interest you, so you can pick out your own words. You don't have to stick to success. I like to see everyone's project to be different. Okay. So here, synonyms for success. So if you are doing a keyword under nature, then type in nature related words, technology related words. Okay. Alright, so now I am going to choose, and then there's, of course, more items. So I'm going to go ahead and click. And then these are some of the words that I can simply just copy and paste. I don't want you to get concerned with, whether you're typing it right or wrong. So just copy and paste. So from here, I am going to select the first one, accomplishment. So highlight it using your mouse, and then copy. How do you copy? Command C. Right? Command C, or edit copy. Command C. Okay, let's close this one. And then now go back to your Illustrator. Using your type tool. Okay, this is your type tool right here. Type tool. Click on one spot and then Command V, which is edit paste. Okay, so we're going to repeat this step. Go back to the web page and okay, I like this word, triumph. So I'm going to highlight this one. Okay, highlight it. Copy, Command C, or edit copy, and now come back to your Illustrator. You are using your type tool right now, just so click on anywhere else. So using your selection tool, you can deselect and then using your type tool, click, and then paste. Okay, so the one thing that you need to remember when you're copying and pasting your words, they cannot be grouped together, meaning it needs to be separated. Accomplishment here needs to be separated from triumph. Okay, sometimes I see students, typing everything just, as one word, like, like that. Okay, it's not really going to help you because we have to arrange these words in different angles. We kind of have to, make that into a different part in as a group. So everything has to be separated. Now, when I go here, okay, fortune, I like that word, fortune, highlight, copy, edit copy, or Command C, that's a shortcut key. Come back to your Illustrator. Using your type tool, click somewhere else, and then paste. Okay, so you can deselect from here when you go back to your selection tool and then click on one spot. Then you can deselect from that word. And then now go back to your website and then here, laughter. Okay, I like that word. Copy, highlight, copy. Come back to your Illustrator, type tool, click on somewhere else, and then paste. Go back, and then I will do that to, let's see, reword. I like that word. So highlight it, copy, come back to your Illustrator. Using your selection tool, select so that you can deselect from the previous word. And using your type tool, click anywhere else and then paste. I'll do that one more time. So now go back to your web page, and then here, I will do the happiness, highlight, copy. Command C or edit copy, and then come back to your Illustrator. Using your selection tool, deselect. Deselect meaning clicking onto any of these empty spots, and then using your type tool, click anywhere else, and then paste or edit paste, or that's Command V. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and then look up around 20 different words. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I am going to look up, okay, about 14 more words. Okay, so now I have about 20 different words in here by repeating the steps that I just, showed to you. And now what we are going to do is to apply different types of font styles on each one of these. So here, if you just select one, let me just select the accomplishment here. And you can open, if you go to Window, okay, and then Type, go to Type, right here, and then move on to the right, then you're going to see this character. Or you can simply click Command T. If you're using a Mac computer, then you can click Command T to bring out this character panel. Again, Window, Type, Character. Okay, so my character panel is right here. It's right here. I'm just going to, close the other one, so that's easier to focus. So this is my character panel, and then if you do not see this as a full panel, just like what I do, then what I recommend is click onto these four lines. This is called the options menu. And then if yours is showing like this, then click on here and then do show options. Okay, so make sure to do show options so that you can see the full panel. There's always more on the bottom. So if you only see portions of it, if you only see parts of it, then make sure to do show options so that you can see the full panel. And then again, this is your toolbar. This is your toolbar. In case if you do not see this toolbar in your Illustrator, then you can look up under Window, Tools, and then needs to be default. Okay, so that's how you can bring your tools by going into Window, Tools, and then make sure that you select default. If you deselect default, then your toolbar is going to hide. It's going to go away. And then if you go to Tools and then make that into default, then it will show again. Okay, so on this accomplishment, what I want you to do is I want you to select one word using your selection tool, and then I want you to try giving it different font styles. Okay, so I like this one, which is Hearthstone. And then I am going to, make that as a Hearthstone. And I am also going to select the other one. So on here, I am just going to select a couple of these, like three of these, all into Hearthstone. Okay. And on these two, so you can select more than one object at the same time when you hold on to your shift key that's next to letter Z from your keyboard. So holding on to your shift key using your selection tool, you can click 1 and 2. Just keep holding on to your shift key until you're done selecting the objects. So I'm going to select these two, and then let me drop down where it says the type styles, and I am going to try to apply a different font right here. Okay, so I like this one. So those two are done. Now I am going to select 1 and then the realization, and then 2, holding on to my shift key, and then 3. And let me drop this down, and then let me see which one is going to look good. Okay, so I'll make that kind of fancy, like classic, so I am going to use this one. Okay, and I am going to select these 3s, and then I will make that as Let's see. I want something more fancier. That's too similar. Let me just use, okay, this one. Okay, so you can always update later on. If you don't like them, you can always update. And I am going to select these three, and then I will give this one. Okay, so you don't have to use the same font style as I do. You can use something different. That's totally okay. And then as you're working on your file, make sure that you're saving your file, because this is going to become a big file and I want you to save, and I don't want you to lose your file. If you're using a computer that has not much of a memory, then it might crash as you're working, because this becomes a big file as you're adding more stuff on it. Okay, so save. And then as an Illustrator format, Adobe Illustrator format, I normally like to save it on my desktop. So here it says in Korean, but it says desktop here, and I am going to save this one right here. Save, and then click OK. So it will say the font could not be embedded. So we'll talk about this later on. So if any of these windows come up, then you can just click OK, and then we'll figure it out later. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to show you is to use what's called a DaFont website. Have you ever heard of DaFont website? That's called DaFont. So I'm just going to close this window because